Hello and welcome to our second episode in the series on freedom and happiness. In the last episode, we talked about how technology has been changing very fast and our evolution has not been able to keep pace with it. We also noticed that evolution does not happen as quickly as technology develops. We also talked about how modern human life has its own set of creature comforts which the earlier caveman did not have. But because of that lovely soft mattress you used to sleep on, and the climate control system, the microwave oven which helps you to cook the way you want to, your music systems, your transportation devices from bicycles to cars to scooters and adventure bikes. And today, because of all these technological developments, you could fly thousands of miles in a day by simply boarding a chartered flight or a commercial flight and go and fly across continents. However, there's a price which modern people have to pay for all these conveniences, and that price is having lost all their freedom. For you to maintain all these creature comforts, there is an element called money, and in order to earn money, you have to work, and you have to work for someone, and you have to work exactly in the place where you want. So in order to enjoy these modern creature comforts, the price which modern humans have to pay is that they have to work for whatever time he wants them to work, whichever place he wants them to work. And so we are tied down to a routine, to a schedule which another person has set for us because he pays us money. So our happiness is tied to this job. All the tensions, the anxieties and the insecurities which come with them. There's so much these days, people talking about, hey, follow your passion, do this, do that, and doing that you will feel very happy and stuff like that. But it really doesn't work out that way. And so today, let's talk about the different steps we can take in our lives to ensure that if we really are to follow our passion, how to really go about it, how to develop your passion into a side hustle so that it later on becomes your main domain around which you work and earn money. So let's get started.
The modern executive faces a constant barrage of demands. They are always connected, always on call. The lines between work and personal life blur. This constant pressure leads to a loss of agency. We feel like we are on a treadmill, running faster and faster but getting nowhere. This feeling is further compounded by information overload. We are bombarded with emails, messages and notifications. It's hard to know what to focus on. This leads to decision fatigue and procrastination. Micromanagement is another thief of agency. When we feel like we're constantly being watched and controlled, it erodes our sense of autonomy. This can lead to frustration and resentment. Social comparison fueled by social media adds another layer of pressure. We compare ourselves to others and feel like we're not doing enough. This can lead to feelings of inadequacy and anxiety. The consequences of this loss of agency are significant. Burnout, stress, and anxiety are rampant. It impacts our relationships, our health, and our overall well-being. But there is hope. The first step to reclaiming agency is setting clear boundaries. This means defining when you are working and when you are not. It means setting limits on your availability and protecting your personal time. Turn off notifications, close your email, and disconnect from work. Cultivating autonomy is crucial. This means taking ownership of your work and finding ways to be more independent. Identify tasks you can delegate and empower your team to make decisions. This frees up your time and mental energy. It also allows you to focus on the most important strategic initiatives. Managing information intake is another important strategy. Be selective about the information you consume. Unsubscribe from unnecessary emails, limit social media use, and create a system for prioritizing information. This will reduce distractions and allow you to focus on what truly matters. Reframing your relationship with success is essential. Success should not be defined solely by external validation or material possessions. Focus on your values and what is truly important to you. Redefine success on your own terms. This will reduce stress and increase your sense of fulfillment. Leaders have a responsibility to create a healthy work environment. This starts with leading by example. When executives prioritize their well-being, it sends a powerful message to the entire organization. Take breaks, set boundaries, and encourage your team to do the same. Promote a culture of trust. This means empowering your employees to make decisions and manage their own time. When people feel trusted, they are more likely to be engaged and productive. Invest in employee well-being programs. Offer resources like mindfulness training, yoga classes, and healthy snacks. These programs can help reduce stress and improve overall well-being. Finally, regularly evaluate your work processes. Identify and eliminate unnecessary meetings or tasks. Encourage collaboration and streamline workflows to improve efficiency and reduce workload. Reclaiming your life is not about adding more hours to your day. It's about making conscious choices about how you spend your time and energy. It's about prioritizing your well-being and creating a life that is both successful and fulfilling. As executives, it is easy to get caught up in the demands of the job. But we must remember that we have a choice. We can choose to prioritize our well-being. Remember, your well-being is an investment, not an expense. When you prioritize your health and happiness, you bring your best self to your work and your life.
The crux of the matter is that throughout the 20th century, most jobs were in the manufacturing sector, with services starting to come into their own in the 90s. We had an IT revolution, which a lot of pundits see as the fourth industrial revolution, with sectors like manufacturing, banking, and consulting and forecasting systems like transport, weather, agriculture, and other traditional systems requiring softwares for modernization. Manufacturing too needed softwares to get efficient, with the need for robotics and just-in-time manufacturing to make it leaner and most cost-effective. This created the need for an army of people specializing in Java, C++, and later languages like Python, etc., which are still in great demand. But my take is that this revolution has lasted only 3 decades, unlike the earlier industrial revolutions which lasted centuries. With the services emerging in a big way, people educated in writing codes and designing UIs for softwares made a lot of money. People also started making money in selling products, softwares, services, selling real estate, insurance, etc. A far cry from the earlier days when doctors, lawyers, and engineers were looked upon as people with a reasonable chance to be successful in life. Social media happened and e-commerce happened as well, and there was this complete democratization of knowledge. Today, we have unique ways in which people are making money as influencers, content creators, mind readers, psychoanalysts, astrologers, etc. on an individual basis using just a smartphone, and at the enterprise level, companies defining themselves as SaaS. We are now at the cusp of another revolution, the artificial intelligence revolution. With machine learning and AI, it is possible today for people to seek AI help to create scripts, music, videos, and complex content at the touch of a button. AI tools like DALL-E, Gling AI, InVideo, and Doodly are helping ordinary individuals like me create content with no formal training. Another opportunity to make money is by influencing people's buying choices and being brand ambassadors. There are new opportunities emerging where people are creating AI agents to write and design softwares as freelancers, helping SMEs automate their processes. Can you believe it that creating a small Oracle-like software through AI agents is possible today, where creating a UI for a small RDBMS is possible to develop in a week's time? It's very important now that we have a well-defined context when, besides STEM knowledge, logic, common sense, and proficiency in humanities can open all kinds of doors for people before the Gen Zs and millennials to make a living and therefore earn money. So it's only a matter of time when we have a first single man billion-dollar company. So my advice is, take time off, go to a quiet place like a hill station or something, far from the madding crowds, and rewind your life and relive in the next 24 hours. Think about what you were really good at. Was it good oratory? Well, you could be a public speaker. Or was it good writing skills? Try writing content. Was it good networking skills? Try consulting. So it's very clear now that with the advent of AI, there's going to be a lot of jobs which currently are paying very well now. For example, coding, and people who are into designing of UIs for softwares might lose their job. But An equal number of opportunities will also arise because of AI. There'll be so many new opportunities now for people who can simply get on with things like content creation and making customized videos, writing content for organizations, so on and so forth, with the help of AI tools, which have become so very easy for common people without any training to use them as and when they want. In the next episode, which I'm sure is going to be very interesting, we're going to be learning about new tools, especially in the field of AI, which can really help you set up a side hustle initially, and sooner or later you can really take it up full time. So be with me. And so all these opportunities are absolutely open to you. So think about it and continue watching my episodes for this kind of interesting content and much more in the coming episodes to follow. Bye for now.